Hey, all you frugal warriors out there. Welcome back to another episode of the Iced Coffee Hour podcast featuring Graham, Stefan, and Jack Harlow. We are now up to $136,000.83.
Nice.
That's a good guess.
Is it
Great
even?
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, $198,125.
Okay.
That's how much we made. Well, thank you for coming on again. We had you back on, I think it was a little bit over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Showed up. I was so nervous to meet you, man.
Yeah, but it's not that scary once you meet me, huh?
It was. You were so nice.
Yeah.
Like, you afterwards, I was talking to Jack and Mason, like, wow, he's normal. Like,
Most
he's
accommodating person ever.
Yeah, but like, I was shocked that after we finished, you just hung out and talked.
Yeah,
like,
I
you
didn't
weren't
have
in a
much
rush
to
to
do.
leave. Yeah, you were
I'm
just,
not a busy guy. Now I'm a
No.
busy guy, though.
Yeah, but I really appreciate it because like I feel like I grew up watching your content, like from everything from like the Save the Squirrel initiative to the unboxings of stuff to you like smearing lipstick on your face and just like ripping packages open, all the content cops. I mean, you really I feel like you've made like this big mark on YouTube that like changed the way people approached content for a few years.
Yeah, thank you, Graham.
Yeah.
I would like to think that, but I don't know. Like the lipstick thing, I don't know. Maybe.
That changed everything.
It was powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
powerful.
I remember when you were doing the unboxings, I first of all thought it was crazy that people would send you packages, like just send you stuff and you would just unbox it for a video and make it funny.
Yeah, it
And
was
so-
cool. There was a lot of really weird stuff that never really ended up getting shown on camera just because it was like just nasty. A lot of nasty stuff.
Really?
That didn't really like play well to the camera. It's just like, I don't know, a bag of sand, a bag of poop.
You got sent a bag of poop?
Yeah, lots of bags of poop.
Like
Lots
animal
of, like multiple.
poop or-
Who knows? I'm not digging through the bags checking if it's,
Open it up
if it's human
to inspect
poop
it?
or,
No. Okay, got
or,
it. Yeah.
Got it. Well, how did you get started on YouTube? For anyone who's not familiar with your content or just just curious.
Oh yeah, I did a lot of gaming back in the day. I wanted to be a YouTube gamer like PewDiePie, so I would commentate on games, and then eventually I didn't get any traction, so I switched to other things like the bad unboxing, and then I think I got bored of that, so I did another thing, Content Cops, and now I guess I got bored of that, and I did some documentaries, and I'm not bored of the documentaries, but now we're pivoting into boxing.
That's your new big shtick, huh?
Why?
Yeah.
Why boxing?
Got to take out Jake Paul.
Is that really your
is that the
end
goal?
game?
Got to kill him.
Gotta kill him?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Got to kill him in the ring.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it, right?
Yeah, someone's got to do it. I've been disappointed so far because no one's done it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
So-
had Ben Askren, Tyrone Woodley. We were counting on these guys, and they didn't show up.
So have you always been into boxing?
I
No.
feel like it's so random.
Yeah, it seems like it's completely out of the blue. Like you're
Why?
very conventional, traditional, just YouTuber, and then just boxing.
Yeah, I mean, I think Anissa has influenced me a lot, just in like, has given me like a lot more confidence because I think it's very easy to have made the content cops that I've made. It's like, it's not really that much work to do research on a person and compile clips and everything and like sort of build an argument. It's a whole new challenge to like, dedicate time and energy to, working out 6 days a week, 2 times a day, and then eventually put it all on the line in a boxing event. Like that's
but
much more.
But arguably, there's other difficult things that you could choose to do.
Yeah.
Why when you could just keep making more documentaries that people love?
Well,
why
this is
just-
content for the documentary,
It is,
right?
Yeah.
So we're going to put out a documentary once it's all over. And that's actually been the amazing thing is I didn't realize how hard this was going to be. I actually thought it was going to be super easy because I was like, I'm going to face Rice Gum. It's going to be a piece of cake, first round knockout. Awesome. I don't even have to make a documentary. But it got to the point where I was like, this is so hard. I have to document this. I have to sort of tell people my story. Brett's story, AB, all these guys who are involved, your story, potentially.
Well, it's in. I mean, I'm not going back, but yeah.
Yeah.
I had something I was about to say, and then you threw me into there, and I was like,
I'm sorry. Sometimes
what happened? What happened with Rice Gum? Why couldn't Rice Gum fight? Is it an issue with money?
It's money. Austin McBroom got in his head. Austin McBroom was lying to everyone left and right that you can make $3 million off of a fight. And that's the money that he promised a lot of people. So he told Rice Gum that you can make a lot of money doing this. And that's exactly why he DM'd Anissa in the first place, asking to box. But no one's getting paid $3 million, even $1 million, like guaranteed to box. It's just not happening unless you're Jake Paul.
Got it. Talk through these specifics about the fight. I know it's for charity, but could you share some numbers behind it? I'm just curious how much money goes into planning something like this, and what do you expect to make from this? Because I know, charity, but charity aside, like you have a lot of overhead with this.
Yeah, that's funny. That's like the same question we got on this podcast we just came back from. They said it in a much, I guess, less eloquent way. They were like, so I know it's for charity, but like, there's got to be some kickback for you, right? And I'm like, oh, no, it is honestly all is for charity. But yeah, I mean, I guess the overhead or like the cost of putting the event on, in total, it'll be probably, it'll be close to $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. After we pay everyone. Yeah. And, yeah, I don't know. It's scary because it's like, I don't know. There's a lot of things to manage. We have a Real Good Touring is the company we're working with to try to get it going. They do touring with YouTubers, and they've been super helpful. But yeah, we didn't know we were going to end up where we're at. We were just scrambling the whole way, just sort of.
But now, what happens if you don't make $1 million? Where does that money come? Is this coming out of your pocket?
Oh yeah,
with that? Yeah.
I mean, I've pretty much I've already put in like $150,000 into the event. But we are, the money is all but guaranteed at this point because of the sales of the event and the in-person tickets. So we're pretty much good. We're past the break-even point.
You are?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
I was worried.
So we can actually give some money to charity. Thankfully,
that's good.
I was worried about that.
That would be the worst case scenario. Is like you don't break even, you lose money, and nothing goes to charity.
But everyone's calling it a charity event.
I'd be like, oh completely.
No.
And someone's gonna get pissed at you because you're gonna take some to reimburse your own expenses. Be like, but no, he took money.
Yeah,
he took money from this. He stole from the charities.
Yeah. We're prepared for all of that. We're trying to be as careful as possible. We don't want to do the social gloves Austin McBroom thing, but we're not guaranteeing anyone absurd amounts of money. Like we could end up, if the event literally did only earn $100 over a break even, that would just go to charity. So
you got into boxing because you wanted a challenge. That's why you figured what you were doing beforehand was a little bit on the easier side and you really wanted to see what you could do?
Yeah, a little bit. It was like a calculated challenge where it was like, it's Rice Gum, piece of cake. I could do that. That
was just your initial idea, was just that you would fight Rice Gum. Did you even plan on throwing this huge event, or would it just be you versus Rice Gum?
Oh, it would have just been me versus Rice Gum. And I was hoping that there would be like a Triller or a Showtime that would like pick it up and work with us, but none of them want to work with us.
Why?
Because they don't understand the value. They don't, they look at the boxing audience and they're like, well, none of these, boxing fans are interested or have ever heard of you. They don't take the YouTube audience very seriously. I can even send them like a Rice Gum video that I made that has 50 million views or whatever it is, and it would have like no effect.
Huh. But see, I view this kind of from their perspective in the sense that, like, let's just say you say this boxing event is going to get 10 million views, guaranteed. They could just go to someone else and say, well, you just make a video, and within a week, it'll get 10 million views. Like, you go to the Stokes twins, and it's like, hey, just make a video about anything. 10 million views is their like low end. So I think from their perspective, they would view the boxing as a bit more of a risk when they could take a sure thing with an established channel.
Right. What do you mean with an established channel?
In terms of viewerships, in terms of sponsoring, or in terms of paying for anything like that, they'd probably rather take the sure thing.
Showtime?
just anyone, right? If they're producing an event, they would, if their thing is exposure, there are
Right.
probably easier ways to get the same amount of exposure.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't see it as exposure. I would see it as money, right? Like, I mean, it's all untested, so
Yeah.
I get your point in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. You just write it in the contract. You know, Rice Gum iDubbbz make 3 videos about this or whatever. I don't know.
Right. Why? I'm still trying to figure why. There's plenty of other sports. Was it just to fight Rice Gum? I feel like there's got to be something deeper than it.
Was your beef with Rice Gum real? Like, did you actually want to get in the ring with him and, you know, go hand to hand?
I mean, no. I mean, I'm not that. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the guy, but it's pretty surface level. It's not like he, you know, kicked my dog or anything. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty surface level beef, especially like at this point.
Have you guys talked like off camera? You know, like shot each other a DM. Maybe that didn't.
We've
get
DM'd
publicity?
back and forth, but like, I mean, he's the same guy, you know, in the DMs. As
Got
he
it.
is,
Okay, yeah.
You know, everywhere else.
Yeah.
And it's just like a lot of like, you know, excuses.
Yeah.
And all the rest.
He backs out, but you still want to fight because had you been training at this point?
Yeah, and to be honest, like I could have quit at that point because, but I thought I had done like a lot of training. We had put in like 2 or 3 months, and I thought that was a lot, but that wasn't anything. I hadn't even gotten into sparring at that point, so it wasn't a lot of training. But I thought it was a lot at the time, so I was like, I gotta see this through. So that's why we just kept going.
And then you organize this massive creator clash. You find an opponent and you find a bunch of other people that have the other cards. And then that's where we are here.
Yeah.
You're fighting Dr. Mike, is it?
Dr. Mike, yeah.
Are you worried about that? Because I heard he's been doing this for like, what, 9 years or something like that, right?
Yeah, 10 years. Legendary boxer.
But if you're going up against somebody like that, why would you agree to that?
Well, we were honestly just looking for the person with the most relevancy that wasn't like who would like accept the fight. And I guess the other component is like, have they boxed before? Like, have they? We want all these matches to be super even, so and fair. So we knew he had boxing experience, so it wasn't going to be unfair in that way. But he hasn't done a proper fight like Jake Paul or something. Like, I wouldn't want to fight like KSI or Anissa Gibb or any of these people who have actually gone in the ring, because I feel like that's much more of an advantage than just saying like, yeah, I do boxing fitness for the past 10 years.
So he hasn't sparred?
No. I mean, at this point he has, but when I contacted him, he had just been doing boxing fitness.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And your game plan with this is throw this event. And are you going to continue boxing after the event and trying to find more opponents and just climbing up the ladder?
Yeah, I mean, if I successfully am able to climb the ladder, I'll climb it, one rung at a time.
Yeah.
But I'm super interested in the other aspect, which is throwing an event and like continuing to do these events every year. I think that would be very cool. It's the sport has been very awesome to learn, and I don't know, we've fallen in love with it. Anissa's been doing the boxing with me. She hasn't missed a single session. We do all of our sessions together, so we're fully involved in the sport now.
It's challenging.
Yeah.
I have days where I have just second guessed myself. It's bad.
Like, why did I agree to this?
Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
I remember.
I'm so surprised. And first of all, I'm so surprised Graham agreed to it. I honestly am, because Graham told me, he's like, all right, so Ian told me that I could fight Michael Reeves in this boxing match. Should I do it? And he was like on and off for how long was that? Like 4 weeks? No, it was a long time that you were giving, like, asking for opinions whether or not you should do it.
I'm so glad you did it, or you accepted, because it's like, it feels bad now, but I think once it's all over with, you'll be very glad that you did.
Yeah, it was tough for me because I look at everything from like, financial ROI, and it's like, well, how many hours am I? No, really, like, how many hours am I putting in this? What's the risk? I'm not making any money doing this. I'm subjecting myself to a lot to push myself through this. Is it worth it? Is this really the best use of my time right now? But I just felt that like I would look back 10 or 20 years from now and be like, I should have taken that risk because I've never done anything like this before. So that's why when I tell people, they're like, really doing that? And it's, you know, at least I want to prove to myself that I could actually do it.
Hell yeah.
You know, whether I win or lose, at least I gave it a shot and I tried.
Yeah.
So that's the way I see it.
And that's so badass. I think everyone who actually, you know, gets into the ring deserves all the kudos because it's so fucking hard. Like, it's scary.
Yeah.
You know, every time I spar, I get fucking nervous. I get super nervous. It's a very scary sport. And, yeah, I mean, you're putting it on the line. That's good.
Yeah. But then I also doubt, like, am I good enough? If is my stance okay? Am I training enough? Am I not, you know, what could I improve on? Am I too scared? Like, it was really, because I've never gotten a fight in my life. Mm-hmm. And so even hitting like anything did not come natural to me.
Same.
So yeah, but even the boxing instructor wants me to like kind of like, he'll put the pad up. He's like, okay, give me a hook to this. And it's like, I don't want to, you know, because I'm like, it's going to hurt. He's like, just do it. He's like, if you hurt me, you hurt me. And I'll like kind of do it soft. And he's like, you got to do it harder than that. And so part of me worries that like, I like Michael Reeves.
You're not supposed to.
Okay. I really don't like Michael Reeves, but like, I don't want to hurt him. Like I would feel terrible if I like even just make him feel bad. Like,
oh, man.
Feel bad. I couldn't like.
That's probably the next step is just knowing that it's a sport and that he's there to hurt you, so you got to hurt him.
It would be really entertaining if you guys were in the ring together, just too scared to throw punches. It would be really entertaining. It'd probably go viral. So
we just
Michael,
circle
certainly
each
not.
other. We just like the entire time.
Apologize after hitting the other person.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. You okay? Bring it back up.
But I mean, that's what I also like about this event is, you know, most of our guys, I shouldn't even say most. I don't think anyone has any type of feud or, you know, dislike for the other person. And we're not trying to force any of that. And it's cool to show people that that's not what you need. Because there's a lot of people who didn't agree to this, and they said like stuff like, "Oh yeah, I couldn't fight, you know, so and so. I have too much respect for them." And it's like, you're just a pussy. You're just not saying yes because you're scared. And there was like a lot of weird kind of macho excuses along the way, where you could just tell they didn't want to do it, but they weren't honest about it. They were like, you know.
So I have a question. When you were coming up with the idea of Steven versus Reeve,
Steven.
yeah, Steven versus Reeve.
Yes, who said that?
Anyway, Keemstar.
Oh,
when you're coming up with the idea of Steven versus Reeve, what made you think in your head, I should bring Michael and ask Graham if he wants to fight him? Did you think he would say no? Like, what were your initial thoughts, Ian?
Well, I remember I saw you guys talking about it on the podcast, and I was filming a video with William Osman, and Michael Reeves was there just to kind of do a cameo, and I was like, "Good, I'll ask him." Like, because I was kind of nervous to ask, because I was like, I know, like all like you, Michael, pretty much like over half the card, I was like, they're going to be way too busy to say yes. No way they're going to say yes, just out of busyness. And Michael just immediately was like, "Yep, I'll do that." It's like, what? Okay, like I got to find an opponent for him. It was going to be Captain Sparkles, but then Captain Sparkles was like, "No, I'll kill whoever I'm in the ring with."
Yes.
So then it was like Graham, and I was like, "What the hell? Like, this isn't even." I actually like your response was the biggest surprise I've had anyone for sure.
Really?
Yeah, of course. You're the financial guy. Yeah. Everyone's shocked when I tell them that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're bringing in like a whole different crowd to boxing that, like, I mean, they're not involved in the sport at all.
You're right.
Yeah. It's like, I would say your name and Harley's name are the two that people react to the most when I bring up the event to like strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Man,
you're getting stressed out.
Yeah, because today was an off day for me. I had training earlier today, and it was a really bad day, and I had a bit of a headache going into it. I didn't have the energy. Sometimes when like you're in the zone, I'm working, and then I just have to stop it to go. It's a bad day. So, but it's those days where I doubt it.
It's normal.
You know?
All of it's normal. I've had some, like, particularly on this trip, it's been pretty bad. Like, it is so constant.
Yeah. But part of the reason I said yes was because a while ago, I forget, it was either Jack or Macy, somebody asked me, like, would you ever do a boxing match or like something like that? And I jokingly said, only if it's Michael Reeves. Because I remember when we did a video together, we got like head to head, we were the exact same height. And I felt like, at least I feel like I would have a chance.
It's meant to happen.
Yeah. So when you said Michael, I'm like, well, that, I'm not going to back down from that. I put it out in the universe and it happened. Now, if you put me against Captain Sparkles, immediate no. Because I've seen him at the gym. He is jacked. Not only that, but he has a few inches on me too. Like, I think he's like 5'8" or something like that. But he's just massive. Like, yeah, no, I would be dead. But at least with Michael, I feel like, okay, at least it could be a somewhat even match. I think we started training at the exact same time. I think he took more time off in the beginning, but now I think he's doing more training than I am. So I've had like a little bit longer, but he's doing more frequent. So
yeah,
it freaked me out to see somebody posted on Reddit a little clip of Michael fighting.
Yeah,
I can't really differentiate between like
good or bad
So
fighting.
I don't know. It looked good to me, and so I saw this. I'm like, oh man, like, am I at that caliber? I don't know. And it psyched me out a little bit to see that.
Yeah, that's normal.
So, yeah.
Yeah, just use that. I mean, just know that, like, we don't know if you're, like, you could be awesome just as easily as you could be terrible, Once you're put in that situation, you gotta nut up, and you might.
Yeah, but
maybe you have a bad first round, and you're like, oh, I can't embarrass myself like this, and you go crazy. Could happen.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah. Don't count yourself out.
I don't. Yeah. I don't know. And the other thing is, I don't want to get hurt. And I know I brought this up to you before. It's just like, because for me, it's like my head, my brain is like the most important thing. And if that gets hindered in any way, it's not worth it. So I know you're going into that with a slight risk.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing I think you should think about as far as like ROI goes is like the return on like growth as a person, like mental, emotional. Like, this is challenging you in ways that your brain is probably not used to, right?
Right.
Like, that's pretty big. I think that'll help you, like, maybe do some good investments in the future. Don't you think?
No, I don't. I don't think so. I think the only thing it'll prove is that, at least I could put myself out of my comfort zone and knock on wood, be okay.
Hey, you'll be the most badass financial guy out there.
True. Yeah.
I had that, what's his name? Kevin? Meet Kevin?
Yeah.
He reached out to me in an email wanting to box too.
Really?
Yeah.
Why didn't you put him in that? You should have put him in.
Well, it was kind of late.
You should have put him in.
Yeah, but
Graham,
I mean, he needs
I told
to train
Kevin
me.
to do it.
You did?
I was with Kevin when he emailed you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, afterwards, he's wanted to fight Grant Cardone.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah, and he posted a tweet. I thought it was kind of funny, but Grant Cardone blocked him on Twitter. So he said, let's see if you could punch as good as you block.
Oh, that is good. I like that.
I don't think he's going to say yes to
No,
that,
of course
obviously.
not.
But you should have gotten, if you got Kevin in there, I thought that would have been
awesome.
Critter Clash 2 is totally possible.
Kevin would do it,
Yeah.
100%.
Hell yeah.
Kevin versus Andre Jick.
Yeah.
That would be
That
a
would
great
be
fight. I think he actually texted Andre before he asked Grant, and Andre said no.
Yeah.
I think.
If you get those two to fight,
That would be great. Yeah.
Because I feel like they're about the same height, and they both have their strengths. I think Kevin has more reach. Maybe Andre is a little bit more like
quicker,
yeah. So that would be a good fight.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just do a financial fight.
I love that. Financial fight.
It's fine. You call it financial fight.
We'll have that like a sponsored segment in between all the other fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Public.
So yeah. So anyway, it's been up and down for me. I'm looking forward to it. The closer it gets, the more nervous I'm getting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, everything that you're feeling is super normal. Just know that, we're all doing it together. If it's gonna be sick. Hey, here's a question.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why I thought that you accepted this is because you were like, all right, I got to make this like the most financially viable thing for myself as possible. Kind of like your like logic with the buying the Pokemon card packs from Logan.
Oh yeah.
You like broke that down like I can make 17 videos out of it and this and that.
Yeah.
You have any plan for this? Like I can make 5 videos, I can get sponsored.
None of it's financial. I don't want to say I'm having a difficult time getting sponsors, but because it's like they don't know the numbers, and the sponsor is going to be like, okay, well, a logo on the jacket or the pants or whatever. What price do you put on that? And then it's also like, well, if I'm doing this for charity, do I just donate the money instead? Like, that's not the point. I'm not doing this for the money, because then I may as well just do a sponsored video instead.
Right.
So
awesome. This is good for you then.
it's one of the few things that I've done that's not driven by money.
I love that.
One of the few things. The aquarium was something that's not driven by money. This is
nice. But that aquarium, like, guests who walk into your home, they're really wowed by that.
Yeah,
and impressed. They're like, this guy must be kind of like an important guy, pretty wealthy.
Because of the aquarium.
Yeah, maybe I should, keep my eye on this guy.
Yeah.
Maybe I should send him some money. Just because.
Maybe we should subscribe if I haven't done that already. Gosh, no, it's not financial driven at all.
I love that.
But I don't even have a sponsor lined up for this. I don't even know if I'm gonna do a sponsor.
Hey,
I don't even know. I can't make a video about this. I mean, it's like I could do one afterwards. Whether I win or lose, I will do a video expressing my thoughts. So like, but I don't be like, well, I could do a video from it. And probably that, and there's no way that video could be sponsored, because then it takes away from the message of the video. It's like a heartfelt message, and then like, oh, by the way, I want to thank, I don't know, Clorox for sponsoring this video.
The best thing that could happen for you is that you get a massive black eye and you just make a video and put yourself in the thumbnail.
That's a really good thumbnail.
I'd be fine with a tie, honestly. And then it's like,
you'd be fine with a tie?
I'm fine with a tie.
You're going to win.
Don't say that on record,
You're supposed
man.
to have confidence, man.
At least feign confidence.
Yeah, but then if I downplay it and I'm better,
no, that's fair. I'd be fine if everyone got a tie, so long as
I'd be fine with a tie.
It was really entertaining.
Do I get a participation trophy or something for just coming in there?
We might be able to give you some sort of ribbon or something.
Give me
both.
Give me just like a pin or something you can wear.
Right.
It's like
we'll get some like real cheap
second place or just, I don't know.
Second place.
It'll be a bowling trophy. Yeah. It'll be, man. It will probably be, one of the most memorable things you do in your life, which is, I think, worth it.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
I'm very proud.
Yeah, but I don't know if Jack's gonna make it. Jack, I'll put you on the spot here.
What the hell?
I know. I want to go so badly, but I planned a trip to New York with my best friend like 4 months ago, before the date even got released. And it just so happens, and we went for a concert. It's the exact same day as the concert. I really want to go. It's going to be a beautiful ceremony.
How would you feel if Jack doesn't go to this?
I mean, this might only happen once.
It certainly, Graham will not box again. This is Graham's only time boxing. I want to go so badly. I really want to go. And I told Graham, I've told him for the past 2-3 months, I'm like, dude, I want to be in your corner. I want to be cheering you on the entire time. And Graham just goes, every single time I say that.
Yeah, because you want to downplay it. You don't want to make it like a big deal.
Graham, you're going to go in there. You're going to win by knockout, first round. Are you not nervous for your fight?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
What are you most nervous about with this whole event? Is it the success of the event, the turnout? Is it about winning your fight, about everyone having a good time?
Yeah, I want the fans to have a really good time. I want the event to be a success. The fight itself is interesting because it's going to be so unlike anything. You can try, I think you want to simulate as close as you can what it's going to feel like to be in the ring. So getting into a boxing ring, that's probably the first step. Getting used to people screaming shit at you, that's another thing you should probably, be prepared for, focusing, all of that sort of stuff. And it's everyone who's talked to me about it has basically said there's no way that you can actually be completely ready for it. Mm-hmm. You can just get as close as you can,
But first, I want to thank our sponsor, Ladder.
Hey, Alex, I think I'm getting ready to start a family.
Don't you need a girlfriend for that?
Don't push it, Alex. And when I do, I want to be sure that I can help protect them financially if anything bad were to ever happen. And I think I now understand why people get life insurance.
And with term coverage being so affordable, it really doesn't make sense not to. A healthy 35-year-old man can get his family $1 million in coverage for only $35 a month.
You can get Ladder's easy to apply for and affordable life insurance coverage from the comfort of your own home in just a few minutes. Just sign up from your phone or laptop, and Ladder's smart algorithms will let you know instantly if you're approved. There are no hidden fees, and you can cancel at any time you want. And if you change your mind within the first 30 days, you can get a full refund.
Life insurance only gets more expensive as you age, so now's a better time than ever to cross that off your list.
So go to ladderlife.com/iced coffee to get your free quote today.
That's LADDER life.com/iced coffee to get your free quote.
Thank you so much, Ladder, and
Back to the podcast.
Now, you're wearing this sweater. I want to see the physique.
Yeah.
I want to see what's
Graham wants you to
underneath.
take off your clothes.
Yeah. All right. You might have to censor this. You don't have to censor.
Graham, you should too, man.
What?
Take it
No,
off.
I'm not gonna. No, just the shirt.
Oh, okay.
Just the jacket. That's all.
Look at this thickness.
That's thick.
Shield your eyes. There's too much thickness here.
Oh, yeah, that's thick.
Oh, I blend into the background a little too much.
That's a good look. That's a really good look.
Yeah, you definitely look a lot bulkier. So what's the plan with this? Is it just you're eating a lot of food, you're trying to bulk up now, and then you're gonna cut afterwards, or?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna cut after the fight.
Wait, you're gonna cut after? So you're just trying to put on weight, and you're not trying to do anything.
No, I have to eat every day, like a lot of food, because I'm 185-ish right now, and we're meant to weigh in at 190, and he's like 200, so he needs to come down to 190.
Isn't that dangerous for you?
I think it's more dangerous for him. Yeah, it's the opposite.
Is that how weight classes go? So if you're going up, you're more like advantaged than someone going down?
Just depending on the situation. Like obviously, like for me, it's going to be more, maybe more fat than muscle. I don't know.
You look huge. You look massive.
I'm raising my
You're
shoulders.
towering over us.
I have to zoom out here.
There we go.
All right, there we go.
That's what we're talking about.
All right, got some large boys in the iced coffee room.
There we go. Oh, nice.
It's interesting to me because
Show them your butt. How big your butt
yeah, show us your butt, man.
That's the,
Well, this is kind of everything's
he's
real
got a
dark.
shelf ass. Oh, you've got your dark.
I can take my pants off.
Yeah, go for it, man.
He's got this.
Last time we were together, you took off your pants
You
too.
guys see that? I know.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you made him do that, Jack.
I didn't make them, but
Stand to the side.
wow, that's
Whoa.
that's crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
Huge ass.
Yo, I didn't know you had a dumpy back there, man.
yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, it's all dark. so
Congratulations
can't
on
see anything.
that. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
I do definitely see like a big physique change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've been weightlifting alongside boxing. Got to get bigger to face off against Mike. I just hope that I'm going to be big enough.
Yeah, for me, I've been losing a little weight, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm down 4 pounds the last 2 months. So I don't need to lose a
Hell
lot,
yeah.
but like just around my stomach, I've just not been happy with that. So
That area?
Yeah.
Like leading up to this? Or is it
just
are you
the
saying-
last like ever since COVID, I got that little bit of a gut
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's getting shaved off now.
slowly.
Hell yeah. No six pack yet.
No.
Okay.
No, it's like maybe 2 in the
Really?
right light. Yeah, in the right lighting. In the morning before I eat anything, like
Yeah.
maybe.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably closer. You're probably closer to it than I am.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Check this out.
I can see something. I see
These
the
are just
lines.
lines from me doing that. Yeah. That ain't great. Yeah. Yeah, water retention. Anissa says.
Would you box, Jack?
Yeah, I'll box.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Cool.
I would do it.
Would
Get
you,
in the ring.
would you box Kevin?
Kevin asked me
Really?
if I
you do
would.
it?
Yeah, honestly, I told him that I would just do it if in his backyard if he really wanted to. I've never boxed anyone before. It sounds fun.
I worry that with Kevin, such like in it. I don't want to say like he has that like addictive personality, but he's so just like laser focused on something that I worry that he would like put everything aside and just train. Like he would overtrain.
How has training been with like all that you have to do? Because like I've stopped doing pretty much everything to train, and I imagine that's got to be tough for you, given that you got a lot of A lot of things to do.
Yeah, so I've been doing 3 times a week since, I don't know, when did we start? January, February?
Yeah.
January, I think. So 3 times a week. I've just recently, well, like as of 2 weeks ago, I stepped it up to now 4 times a week.
Awesome.
So Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those back-to-back days were tough, and this last week, because I missed a Sunday for Easter, I had to do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that Saturday was horrible.
Have you started sparring?
The trainer. I've not sparred a person I don't know, but I've been sparring the trainer, and he just wears the big thick gloves when he's doing this, and yeah, I think he's kind of training me to not put my hands down, and so anytime I do the wrong move, he just bop. And he's so quick with the bops, so he's getting all the bops in. But he says that like with his experience, he's going to be better than any opponent that I would ever do, and he could control like what he hits. So yeah, so sometimes I'll throw a hook, and he'll just know I've opened myself up.
Yeah,
it's so fast.
Yeah.
So and then he's been training me to anytime I do this, you gotta drop and roll and do this thing over here, and it's a lot of memorization.
Yeah,
Of just like different things.
It's
if I'm gonna do this,
complicated.
you're gonna do that, and if you see this, I want you to do that, and it's just like it's a lot more intricate than I thought.
yeah. You kind of have to let it go a little bit. Like you maybe overthink things, because I do that especially when I got started.
Yeah.
And you just need to like feel it and kind of zone out a little bit to make it happen sometimes.
Right.
Rather than thinking like, all right, now I'm about to do a roll. It's like,
Right.
just roll.
Yeah, and there's been a few times I've been hit in the head, and it's just like I've never felt that like sensation before. And there's one that just like he hit me like here, and it just knocked. I've never like had my neck just go back instantly. And there was that quick like second where I was just like, what was going on? Because it just caught me off guard.
Yeah.
And then a few other times like hitting the stomach, and it just like gets the wind out of you. And in that like second, you feel like a little disoriented, but you can't just like put your hand on, what was that? Because then you're done.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
I mean, you're going to, getting punched will be second nature to you by the time you're done with your training. You'll be like, I can take a punch.
But I've noticed usually that if I carve out the time, I'll have the time for it.
Yeah.
You know, you make that a priority, and I've been worried obviously like before, like how am I going to have the extra? I can't even do an extra hour for this. How am I going to do an hour for this? But the funny thing is, it's like when you carve out that hour, you're more productive in the other hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I totally
I've
agree.
not noticed any decrease in anything really.
Cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think I looked at the lineup, and I gotta say, I think the one I'm most scared about is I'm scared for AB. I mean, I looked at who's his opponent, Hundar.
This is Hundar.
I have no clue who he is, but I looked at his picture.
He's right here.
Jesus Christ! Hold on, AB. I'm
right.
terrified for you right now. I'm like you look at this. Oh my gosh! Like show AB. Pull up a picture of AB. AB, I like you, man. But
That's hilarious. Alex, would you box?
yeah, man. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Who would you box?
Oh, well, it's hard to find an opponent that's my size. So, because people my size are either freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger, The Rock, right? So I need somebody that's like physically in the same kind of realm as me, because I want it to be a challenge. I don't want it to feel like I'm going to get completely
You
destroyed.
would clobber Nikocado.
Oh, that's,
Dude, I would fight Nick Ocado so like, if I'd have set that up, I'd fight him right now.
Do you make that happen?
wow, who knows?
Do you know him?
I don't, but who? I think it was like Keemstar said, "Oh, I got a contact with Nick Acavo." I'm like, all right, maybe. But yeah,
I've tried reaching out to him. I think twice. Never got back.
You'd
to
have
me.
to train.
yeah,
No, not for boxing. Just to get him on the podcast.
Oh,
yeah.
I think
that's
that would be
nice.
great.
Such an because I think he's playing up a big character, and
Well,
that's what I think.
And
Yeah.
he'd be perfect for this podcast because he makes bank and he really knows how to like organize his channels, and like he is a money fiend. Like I would argue he makes more money than you with all the things that he's doing.
I would disagree with that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. But honestly, I would
He's
love
crazy.
to get him on.
He's got OnlyFans.
Yeah,
He's got
yeah.
like
Oh.
10 channels.
You might be right, actually.
He's got a
Yeah. Ah.
ton of weird shit going on. Oh, he's got Cameo. He grinds on Cameo. He's got a ton of weird shit going on. Oh, he's got Cameo. He grinds on Cameo. He's got a ton of weird shit going on. Oh, he's got Cameo. He grinds on Cameo. He's got a ton of weird shit going on. Oh, he's got Cameo. He grinds on Cameo. He's got a ton of weird shit going on. Oh, he's got Cameo. He grinds on Cameo. He's got a ton of weird shit going on. Oh, he's got Cameo. He grinds on Cameo. He's got a ton of weird shit going on. Oh, he's got Cameo. He grinds on Cameo. He's got a ton of weird shit going on. Oh, he's got Cameo. He grinds on Cameo. He's got a ton of weird shit going on. Oh, he's got Cameo. He grinds on Cameo. He's got a ton of weird shit going on. Oh, he's got Cameo. He grinds on Cameo. He's got a ton of weird shit going on
So I would love to get him on to talk about the finance aspect, but I don't think he ever would, because then then you pull back the curtain, and then not only do you not see him the same way as like, is he acting? Is it not? Is this him? Is it not? But then if I'm sure people know how much he's making, would they support him as much, or would they be like, dude, come on, like this is too much?
It's hard to say. I don't think it would ruin it that much, because he's sort of like, I don't know. I think his routine only really like, I think it only works on people who like want to believe it in the first place. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
because
for like kids and people who just find him naturally funny.
No,
He's
but
like
even
Jim
for me-
Carrey.
You think that's it? I have a hard time understanding who his fans are.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like most people just tune in just for like absurdism.
value.
It's just like, oh my god, yeah.
Oh, he's got a lot of funny routines. Like, yeah, if you watch enough of his stuff, you'd be like, you start to pick
You
up
watch a lot
patterns.
of.
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. He's got, man, I love this routine where he calls, he was like buying the Travis Scott meal at McDonald's a lot. Yeah. And he kept calling it, give me the Travis Skittles. Give me the Travis Skittles. This is really dumb. Yeah. But, you know, he's like pretending to not know what Travis Scott's name is. And it's just super funny. I think he called him a bunch of... he'd do a routine where he'd get back home with his mound of Travis Scott meals, and he'd like talk to Siri and be like, Siri, who is Travis Skittles? and it would like pull up like all sorts of dumb results. And he's like Travis Scott's or something like that. And it would like bring up like a football player or something. And he just would do that for, I don't know, 20 minutes before he even eats.
Gosh. See, I think if people saw that if it is a character and he's like, I got a smart business behind, he's like, yeah, I have a team and this is this, and we pull in this amount of money, and yeah, I have to do this right now, but it's doing so well, and I think a lot of people gain respect for that, but I think then people would not tune in for the shock value, because they know that it's like a business calculated move, and it's working in his favor, and if you watch, you're playing into that.
Yeah. You might be right. I've had this discussion with How To Basic, actually. Even the idea of like just revealing his identity.
You should do it.
And what's that?
You should do it.
Yeah?
I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Is he on the fence ever, or is it just like a clear no?
It's a clear no. Yeah.
Why?
Oh, he just thinks it would ruin the entertaining value of the channel. Like, as soon as people know who he is, it's no longer interesting.
Well, that means he has to.
I agree
no,
with that.
Yeah, I do, but that means he has to continue with How To Basic.
Yeah.
And I've seen the recent videos compared, like what he was doing a few years ago. Every video was like blowing up, but now I feel like people have seen the same sort of format over and over and over again. They know what to expect. I mean, it's maybe not the same as it once was.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but he is in a weird position. Well, I actually didn't. I don't think I realized that people came across his channel accidentally too often. I actually thought like people were like a little bit more tuned into it, but like I think most of the videos and views that have gone mega viral have been legitimately people being like, oh, a Jello recipe or whatever. They'll click on it like normies, and they'll be completely flabbergasted by it.
That happened to me.
Really?
The first time I watched it,
serious?
yeah, I was just completely surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think there's just constantly new people flowing in and getting surprised by it. So like I don't think he really needs to change it up too much.
Okay.
It's just a different. He's got a good system.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Does he work a job, or is it just
no.
YouTube?
He worked at Domino's for a while.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like while he was still doing it. Wait, why? Wasn't
Just
he?
for a meme.
But he
But not
can't
for
even
the
share
money,
that
or
meme
what?
with anyone.
Oh, he shared it with me.
So it's just for his friends.
Yeah, well, and then when people would ask him what he does, he'd be like, I work at Domino's.
But now but how much trust does he put in the people that know who he is? Like, how many people would you say in the planet know who he is and know it is?
I mean, there's probably a few hundred.
A few hundred?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. But how has it not been leaked by now?
I mean, I think it's been leaked in like some ways. Like, it just depends on like where you're looking, what you're looking for.
And there have been so many leaks. It's
Yeah,
so
and then it's
probably
like,
hard to
which
tell.
one?
It's like,
Yeah, because I did. Oh gosh, when was this? Must have been a few years ago. Oh, when he did the face reveal.
Yeah.
and then Max
And
Mofo
Vsauce
came
and
on, and
everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
Vsauce, and that got me intrigued to be like, who is this guy? So I started looking up, and I saw all these like videos, like this is him, and this, but there's so many of them that I'm sure one of them is right, but you don't know which one is right.
Yeah.
Hey.
Was he there the entire time?
Yes, this is that's one of my many spells. This is summon a muscly man spell.
What's up?
This is Brett.
Hello.
Hey, Brett.
We'll
So
share like Lady and the Tramp. We're eating spaghetti.
Welcome, Brett.
Thank you.
welcome. So how long have you been training for? You're going to be fighting coming up soon.
Yeah. I've been enjoying this conversation. I don't get to talk like hear a lot of the other fighters, like what's going through their heads.
Right.
So this is nice. Yeah. I started like end of November, beginning of December, basically. Around the time AB did too, I think.
Okay.
we started.
Yeah, they started way before you guys.
Yeah.
So what have you? What's your trainer been teaching you?
You have the same trainer as Michael Reeves.
Yeah.
His
So
opponent.
I have two coaches, but yeah. Well, Michael started really late, right? When did you start?
January sometime.
Okay,
And I
yeah.
think Michael started February.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Michael's been training more, so like he could catch up to me, even though I've started a little earlier.
Yeah. Can I tell you that his cardio is really good? How's your cardio?
I don't know. Is it actually really good?
Our coach brought us to this like famous run that like Manny Pacquiao does. It's up this really tall peak called Dante's Peak.
Okay.
And it was me, odd ones out, and Michael, and he just didn't stop. He just ran all the way up the hill like it wasn't.
Michael did?
It didn't affect
You doing
him.
this to psych me out?
No,
or are you
I-
being serious?
I have no. I mean, I have no.
Yeah.
I'm here as a guest. I'm here to help you. Yeah, no, he really like it didn't affect him. I don't know why, because we were dying for
Yeah.
sure. It
He's probably pretty light, so that could help.
Yeah, he's like got like field mouse energy. Like it's just like he could run from a hawk for hours. And I'm not. It's not a bit like.
So what that
Yeah.
means maybe is when you go to LA, you try to do that run to see where you're at.
I'm here basically the entire time through the fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just I mean, what's your cardio like?
What do you
feel,
mean by
Do you
that?
feel confident? Like if you ran on a treadmill for like half an hour, how do you feel at the end of that half
I
an
would
hour?
be able to do a half hour.
Okay, I guess I would start there.
Yeah. Well, we're talking like running for a half hour.
Yeah, Graham's
like
cardio
a jog.
is-
I don't like sprint on my runs. I set it for like
I don't know. I could do a mile in like
Yeah, how
10
fast?
minutes. When I was running, and I haven't really done a lot of running, but usually it's a 6.5, and I'll keep that going for. But usually I'll do a few minutes at a time, few minutes, quick walk, a few minutes of that, quick walk.
So you've done running before, so it's like
We used to
Treadmill
run
running. Yeah, we did.
like a year and a half ago. We'd go for runs like quite frequently. Actually,
Yeah. It was 2 miles. So a mile to a park. We do chin ups on a children's playground.
yeah.
Sometimes we couldn't if they were playing on the
Yeah, it
playground.
was so awkward. We
Really
would wait for
awkward.
them to finish.
Yeah. Sometimes we'd do it
And
if they
these
were
are,
there.
like,
Yeah.
Kids. And the parents would be there, and so we'd like wait for them to finish, and we'd be like, all right, now we could go in, and we'd like do our chin ups like that, and then leave.
So awkward.
But yeah, it was, and then sometimes they wouldn't leave, so we're like, well, we're not gonna tell them to.
Sometimes
go.
we'd wait for them to leave because we'd like do a few other laps. To
Oh
see
yeah,
if
we'd
they'd
go
leave.
around the park sometimes, like just pace, but we'd be like
You're watching them.
Yeah, we'd be looking and be like, oh, they left. Let's run over.
Michael Reeves' cardio is very good,
Yeah.
is what you're saying.
My coach, is he gonna be mad at me for telling you that? I mean, that's just a fact. He is. He's just.
See, I go to the Michael Reeves subreddit, and they all say like, "Oh, he's jacked. He's jacked." And he's like, and I've seen the one like he has one screenshot of him doing this, but like Jack doesn't do anything. But
Yeah.
I don't know how often he goes to the gym. People are saying he goes to the gym like every day, and I was like, maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you guys are doing the same amount, to be honest. I think you're just a little bit younger.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit healthier. I don't know.
Spry.
Has a little bit more power. Has it in his genes to box.
Just naturally gifted.
What you were saying though, it's like I think it's going through all of our heads though.
Really?
Like, those moments where you're like, "What am I doing, man?" Like I think we've all had
Yeah.
them. And
Okay.
it's like it's not just you. Like
Literally everyone. Michael's feeling that right now.
Yeah.
Like that is happening. No
Yes.
one's like, I could do this.
So I'd like to go through what his head, like what he would say about me, if he's like, oh, Grant, that he's old, he's not gonna, his back is hurting, it's not gonna.
He would probably say that. I think you'd say something like, "Yeah, he's old," but I don't think he means it. I think it's a little bit of a front because I think everyone is like everyone that I've talked to candidly has been like, "Yeah, it's not easy," and I am nervous and all the rest. Everyone's full of shit that actually says that they're, that they're confident.
Yeah.
Jake Paul, I like kind of believe it because he's gotten to the point where like his confidence has been boosted.
Yes.
But you talk to him on before the first fight candidly, and he's be like, "Yeah, I'm pissing myself, like for sure.
Sure.
Human nature."
Yeah.
And those bad training days, like we all have them.
Oh, who's fighting first and who's last?
I think we're gonna have Nathan Barnett, dad, versus Matt Watson first.
Why?
Just because it's like, I think it's, how do I put it? It's one of the more interesting fights, but I don't think they've spent as much time as some of our other fighters training.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like in this kind of middle ground area where it's like most entertaining, like dynamic, because they've done like diss tracks and stuff on each other. So it's like, I think it's a good way to start the show. But we don't want to, we don't want to have like the biggest names first, obviously.
Okay.
And then obviously the last one is going to be me and Dr. Mike.
And then where am I going to be?
Well, because you guys are, some of the bigger names, we got to have you like at least Final Four somewhere, Final Four fights. So you guys are going right before AB and Brett.
How does that
Okay.
make you feel?
Part of me wanted to go first.
Yeah.
Really?
Like as being, because then they get it over with.
You
You just kind of
the
like,
rest of the night, right?
right. And because I know I'm not going to be able to think or concentrate on anything until I go. So part of me thought, well, if I'm first, then at least I enjoy the rest of the night.
Yeah. That is good logic because it is going to be.
But then also you don't set like there's no standard or precedent. Like if everyone's really good, then I feel like there's a bar that needs to be set, and by going first, there's no bar. It's just no expectation. It's just go and do it.
That's a great point. Yeah, that would be a good reason if you're not confident in yourself.
Well, I'm just saying you could put us first to get all the people in, and then once they're watching, continue.
Okay. Maybe we'll order the fights in like weight classes.
Yeah, see, that's a good. There we go. Settled. We'll do that.
I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be a good matchup.
I think so too.
Oh, thanks.
Because I mean, at your weight class, you guys move completely differently. Like you're faster than all of us. We're all in this like stupid weight category where we're really slow. And I think your guys will be super entertaining.
Cool.
Your fight and Minx and Yodeling Haley. Those will be two very different fights than what people are used to.
I'm curious. What are you doing to make money during all of this?
I'm not.
Ian? You're not making any money?
I'm not making any money during this event planning and
Just living off the
execution.
savings?
Yep, living off savings. There's a little bit of YouTube money trickling in. We got OnlyFans on the back burner that's bringing a little bit in. I mean, it's covering rent and some other expenses. So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
NFTs, how many you got?
0.
Oh, no.
Why? Do you have NFTs?
No, I don't have any NFTs.
Yeah, I don't have any NFTs.
No, you're not in the NFT space at all?
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. No.
Yeah. Well, it kind of sucks.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'd rather.
But you are in a little bit in crypto.
Yeah, Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Ethereum.
Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
All
Yeah.
in SafeMoon. No.
No NFTs. You should get one NFT, just to appeal to the young crowd.
I'm too old for that. I don't get NFTs. I don't get a lot of the altcoins.
Yeah.
I don't understand a lot of
What
that
about?
stuff. Yeah.
Have you seen like what Gary Vee's doing?
The V Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. But his is more about the utility behind it of like, if you get this, you could get access to his like conferences and this and that. It's a network. I at least understand it.
Yeah.
It's better than a picture of just like some dog. And then, now it's going to single Dogecoin. I'm just like, a cat. It doesn't matter. There's a picture of an animal on it. It's like, it's worth more because it's only 10 of them. And it has this animal on it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. I think, Gary Vee's thing is interesting.
Yeah.
I went on the website and was like going through all the different like the V Friends. And it's so funny when you click on like what each one of them does. Like a video of Gary pops up and he's like, "This is the workout eagle. If you got this means that I'll Skype you and we'll do a workout together for 10 minutes. And there's just like a ton of different ones like that.
But it makes sense to me. There's a price that someone's willing to pay for a Skype call plus a workout.
Oh, totally.
How much is it? But to be able to sell that to somebody else who wants it, you could make your money back and someone else gets it. I think it puts more power in that circumstance to the consumer. Like imagine he just says, hey, for $1,000 Skype call and workout, pay that, it's done. But if you own the rights to that Skype call and workout, you sell it to somebody else, maybe they're going to pay more, maybe they pay less, but you'll recoup some of your money. He gets some of it back. Someone else gets it for what they're willing to pay.
Yeah. That's the weird part about it, though, is like it doesn't, in its form, it's like it's supposed to be proving like what this, that it's something owned. But if it's like a 10-minute Skype call, it's like, once you use it, it's essentially expired.
It's like a Groupon.
Yeah, it's like a Groupon.
Maybe.
So you almost may as well just like have a Kickstarter project or any other website that essentially promises it. It doesn't even need to be on a blockchain. Like, people can.
Yeah, I think NFTs are going to be huge, but not in the sense of like a collectible. But I could totally see Gucci on every bag that they do is going to be attached to an NFT just to verify that it's authentic. Cars, I think, would go the same way. A lot of stuff that you could do, you could verify authenticity and ownership through an NFT. I don't think it's going to be like the NFT is the value. I think it would be the medium of how you verify things. So it's like, it's good, but I don't think that's the value.
Valid. Well said.
That's what I think. So, and here's the thing too. Imagine you could have done an NFT for this Creator Clash event. And that's how you get entry. I mean, like if you buy this NFT, just charge the same price you would for a ticket. Except they get to keep the NFT. It doesn't cost them anything extra. And maybe the front row should have 50 NFTs just for the front row. That's how they get in there. And maybe those are worth more because it turns out to be a fantastic event, and just auction them. And then it's literally
do that?
Yeah, Coachella did it. And it works. But you would get for those front row 50 seats, people are willing to pay whatever the market is.
The problem is it feels like they are, it's, I think a lot of people think it's like a limited thing, but because everything can technically be made into an NFT. I watched like this seminar where it was like Quentin Tarantino and like his team of NFT gurus were like talking about like, you can make every frame of Pulp Fiction or that one scene an NFT and sell it. And they thought it was like the most brilliant thing, but it's like, like, is it the frame before? Like, what if you make the frame right after it, like an NFT as well? It's like you
infinite.
can make.
It's infinite, so its value is going to be attached to whatever.
And the meme itself, like with the fucking gun and Samuel Jackson, like that's a meme that was created by someone else. It's also an NFT, potentially.
Its
so
value is going to be whatever people think it's going to be, but that's the market price. But where it gets sketchy is when people make big promises or this, you're going to buy this NFT and you're going to flip it. That's the danger. But if someone's doing an NFT and it's attached to it, like if you do it in exchange of a ticket, you get an NFT. That's how you get in. It doesn't cost anything extra. And you're getting something for free that they can hold on to.
Yeah, if they care about it.
Maybe not, but
Yeah, I wonder.
Make a video about NFTs.
Oh yeah, I've been working on an NFT video.
Really?
Have you really?
Oh yeah, hate the darn things.
I'm kind of with you. I'm with you on that, honestly.
Oh, I don't know. Probably after the boxing event.
Oh gosh, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, it's not particularly controversial. It's just same shit in here.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to it. I guess I'll see you the next time, maybe in Florida.
I'll see you Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Prepare for war.
All right. Okay.
Thanks so much.
What are you going to do to Michael Reeves? Let's end it on this.
I'm going to give him a free stock down below in the description when he signs up for Public using the code GRAHAM, because that stock's worth all the way to $1,000.
You can't do that to his face. What are you going to do to his face?
Give him bankroll coffee.
Yeah, I'll give him no, I'm going to show him which stock I got. I'm going to be like, Michael, here's what I got.
What are you going to do to Dr. Mike's face?
Kiss it.
Well, there we have
There
it.
we have it. All right. Thank you guys. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it. All right. Until next time.
Bye.